Hey Farm Fam, it's been super busy lately because we've been planting. I kind of mentioned that earlier before, but this is one of our favorite tools for regenerative farming, and that is this no-till drill planter thing. So it's like normal planters, except we can't really see it from here. It has the ability to drill into forage and carbon and plants that's already there, plant material. And where other drills out wood, it wouldn't be able to cut through the plant material to plant the seed in. This, with those discs and just everything here, allows to cut into the plant material and plant the seed at the proper depth that we need it to be. And so we've been doing a lot of cover crops the last few days. Stan will get on in the morning, and then I'll take over in the afternoon and plant till after dark. So it's probably about 14 to 15 hours of planting we put in, and we have about 2 fields finished, and we have 1.5 more to go. So on planters, you have the seed cups here, and there's a tire in the back that when we lower this down, as it's rotating, it's hooked up with these chains here, and it turns this bar right there. And then that, let's see if we can get a little closer look, and in the seed cups right here, there's these little sprockets that grab the seed and bring it down and then put it into there, which then goes into the ground. So it's really fun as I'm planting, as I'm driving, you can see the seed coming down through there and then dropping down. And then here we have, we call it a window. My dad has a fancier, more technical term for it. Mosquito. Oh my gosh, there's already mosquitoes out. Oh, I don't like that. Ugh. And so here kind of gives us an idea of how much seed we have left. So back here we have the cutting disc that makes the hole for the seed. And right here is the gauge wheel for depth to make sure we have it at the right depth. And then we have the firming wheel, and then that closes up the seed bed behind it to keep the seed covered. Here is the source of life. Not really, but kind of. So if you can see here, we have, if I remember right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different kinds of seeds in here. Right here is going to be either a turnip or a radish. I have a hard time distinguishing between the two. We have some sort of grain, probably either wheat or oats. We have this really tiny seed here. You can barely even see it. It's kind of a grassy thing called hairy vetch. That little one is either a radish or a turnip. I don't know if you can see those little black seeds in there. That is flaxseed. So we do all these different types of seeds because when you look out in nature, in a natural, like in the mountains or a field, there may be similar plants in an area, but it's not just one monocrop. It's not just one thing. Nature doesn't do ones. Nature does a variety of stuff, and there's a reason for that. Different plants bring up different nutrients. They do different things to the soil. They add different stuff to the soil. Some plants do better next to each other than other plants. There's a lot that goes into that. And so when conventional farming comes in and does one crop, you have a couple of things that go wrong there. They take from the soil instead of giving back. You're more apt to get insects and disease that come in because there's only the one plant. And then it's doing it more for the money and the yield instead of what's actually good for the soil and the life. And so all this different variety of seeds that we're putting in here, this is going to allow for better pest control, because it's kind of like when you work out, muscle confusion. You do different body parts and different things, different muscle groups. It allows for your muscles to grow and develop more. This would be like pest confusion. So it comes in thinking it's going to get alfalfa, and instead it's all these different plants. And so it allows for better, healthier stock between disease and pests, and it's way better for animals to eat a variety of plants versus one plant, and they enjoy it more. Can you imagine just eating the same thing for the rest of your life? Just one thing, not like just plants for the rest of your life, like one plant. And so this gives a variety, better health. It's way better, and then it allows for different nutrients to be added into the soil, and it's really fun to look out. And I have some pictures and stuff from last year, and it's kind of, I feel like it's kind of hard to tell sometimes in pictures, but where you look down to a field and you saw the peas that had been coming up and wrapped around some oats and barley, and it was just really cool to see a variety of turnip plants coming out, and instead of just corn or just alfalfa, just the variety. And then with us trying really hard not to spray any chemicals, it allowed for a lot more insects to come, for better or for worse, because I'm not a huge insect fan, but I know they're really important. Ladybugs and butterflies, I really like those. But like in the corn last year, we had planted barley on one side, I can't remember what was on the other side. We planted corn, so we planted the barley, let it grow, then planted the corn into it, and we didn't spray at all. Stan decided not to spray, which was awesome, because there was some problem with some mites, but we decided just to see what would happen. Didn't have too much damage, but there were tons of garden spiders in the corn. It was really cool, kind of freaky, because I don't like spiders. But it was just really cool to see the cobwebs and the insects, because those insects are really beneficial and we need them. And so that's what doing cover crops helps do. And it also allows for a living root to be in the soil as much of the year as possible. And that allows for the soil to be healthy and living, and to keep the ecosystem going in the soil, which then allows for the nutrients and health of everything else that we do on the farm. Stupid mosquito, oh my gosh. I've never seen a mosquito in March before. And then we planted corn.